Right, here's an explanation of how I use the setup in Star Wars along with the mouse and the Nostromo. Right, in the middle of the screen there, you'll see we have a series of 12 buttons. That's number 1, that's number 12. The middle set is the basic set of buttons, the action bar that you use all the time. Now that corresponds to the buttons 1 to 12 on the side of the mouse in that particular order. So basically, if I want to activate number 1, let's say number 3, because I'm not close enough for that, I hit that, which, and if I pull out, you can see that I have activated that. And right, now let's go back in. Too close. Right, the left hand side has a similar series of buttons 1 to 12, but they all have a little A plus 1, A plus 2. That A stands for Alt on the keyboard. So basically you hold Alt and hit 1 and you will activate those there. So if I hold Alt and hit 3, I buff myself. The other side are activated using C plus, which is Control. So if you hold Control and hit, say, 10, as you can see, it activates that. Right, that's the basics of how the buttons work. I have actually mapped Control and Alt to on the Nostromo, which is this object, and that is Alt, that is Control, which makes it simple for me, but it can also be done on the keyboard in your normal WASD area. Alt and Control makes it simple. That's the initial setup and how it works. Now, to set the keys up, basically you have to go into key bindings and you will initially find out which action bar that is. So I usually open the interface out of that and it tells you it's quick bar 4 and that's quick bar 2. So you go to quick bars and find quick bar 4, and then you set the Alt keys. Similar with quick bar 2, set the Control keys. That's how that's all set up and made to work. So this basically means that while playing, you've got access to all your buttons. So Control 1, 2, you add all the bits and pieces, and then if you want to and seethe. And it can all be done very, very simply without touching the keyboard at all. That's the job. Right. The GUI profile, or graphical user interface profile, that you use to set up the separate boxes is stored. As you can see, mine is stored here. It's stored in your user area. Mine's George, app data, local, SWTOR settings, GUI profiles. And the profile I'm using is, I think it's Vulkan first bar. It's the XML file. Now I can provide that file to you, which you just drop into there, and then in your interface setup in the game it will just show up. You can rename it to whatever you like, and it will just show up as a bar set, which you can click to set up the bars instantly. You'll still have to set up the Alt and Control after that, because it doesn't do that. But aside from that, that would help you out rather than having to go and set it all up yourself. There you go.